All right, so we're back. Recapping our second fight. It's going to be Terence Crawford versus John Molina, so should be interesting. I'm going to have to go and edit something real quickly. Terence about to make his way to the ring really soon, but give me a second, guys.
And now let's take a look at Terence Crawford as he prepares to enter the ring. You heard Max Kellerman say he sort of penalized himself in his big fight, pay-per-view showing against Victor Costol. He won too easily and didn't get the kind of credit. This might have been the case had it been a pitched battle back and forth on both sides. He wound up knocking Costol down 3 times, winning every round.
Yeah.
So this is truly a runaway. There was a runaway. Totally white Costol came in to me as a big guy that had also overwhelmed Crawford, but he couldn't do it.
Yo, Charlie just texted me. He's like, Crawford versus Molina. The fix is in. Crawford in 5 or less. Charlie spitting that boxing knowledge now. All right, so Terence Crawford is making his way to the ring. Give me a second, guys, before I start really talking. Terence Crawford is probably my second favorite fighter to watch in boxing. Roman Gonzalez is 1, and Terence Crawford is definitely number 2. That guy is a beast. Lil Boosie, for those of you who are familiar with hip-hop and rap culture, Lil Boosie is walking Terence Crawford to the ring at this present moment. Shout out to Lil Boosie. Lil Boosie.
A lot of quality fighters, and he's dominated all of them. Part of the proud tradition of American fighters from Midwestern cities, products of urban ghettos.
You know Lil Boosie's is bad cancer.
Yes.
You can talk about the Spinks brothers,
James
Tony. You can talk about Jermaine Taylor, most especially Floyd Mayweather from Grand Rapids, Michigan. He's kind of a model for who Crawford wants to be as a boxing star. Yes, he doesn't have Floyd's personality and Floyd's personality.
That's for sure. Love Terence, but he ain't. You don't have that. You don't have Floyd's personality. That's a damn sure. You ain't wrong with that. Now, someone just texted me, and I might have to agree with them. So shout out to my main man Charlie. But Charlie texted me. He said, "The fix is in. Crawford is gonna win in 5 rounds or less." We'll see what happens, man. I think it's possible. You know, a lot of people have suspected that the Broner fight was a fix. I'm hoping John Molina, please come to fight tonight. Like, come to fight and be a gladiator. Be what your name says you are. Be a gladiator. Now, Terence Crawford and John Molina have a similar opponent in common, which is Hank Lundy. They both stopped Hank Lundy in their careers, Crawford being the more dominant of the 2 stoppages. But I think this could be a good fight if John truly comes to fight. He's got to really come to fight. Let's see. We'll see, man.
An adaptation on the fly, a clever
Well, if he
moment,
loses this fight, he should have
idea. This may be
Terence Crawford? Oh, John Molina, yeah.
for the official introduction.
I don't think you're tired though, because he's one of those guys that will always get opportunities because of Al Heyman. He'll always get opportunities to fight if his heart's if he's still physically able to get in the ring. The money will always be there for him.
Yeah, true.
He looks like crap though. Look at him. Something looks off about him. Like the weight. Terence Crawford rocking the Nebraska Cornhuskers shirt. I think that's a dope shirt. I would actually cop that. Although I'm a Miami fan, I can't really wear that crap. But.
Being supervised by, for the WBO, Travis Ford, and for the WBC, John Duggan. The 3 judges in charge of scoring are Robert Echo, Levi Martinez, and David Sutherland.
I don't see any Burt Clements or Dave Moretti, so as far as judges goes, we're doing okay. We're doing okay as far as the judges go.
And now, Omaha turn on.
Dermot, what's up?
Yo, you know what I'm saying? This is all I'm not lying.
Yeah, we're live.
This is what I'm saying, yo. You know what I'm saying? 1-2 punches. I'm the next best contender. The next Nigerian. The Nigerian Nightmare.
That Nigerian Nightmare 2.0.
You know who Anthony Joshua is? Watch out for me. Darren Joshua.
Joshua.
They can see the cut.
Yeah. He's really a singer, guys. Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. But all right, John Molina versus Terence Crawford. Hopefully this is a decent fight, and this Molina comes to fight because the last one, the Joshua fight, didn't come to fight.
From Molina, California, the Gladiator.
Your nickname's a Gladiator. You better come to fight.
Yo, when that diss song was made to Adrian Broner, was that him rapping?
No,
That wasn't.
it wasn't him. No.
Standing across the ring, wearing Cornhusker red and white.
What's all over
Started from the bottom. Now he enters the ring.
Now he's here.
Undefeated, three-time two-division world champion with 29 victories.
Well, hopefully there's a fun knockout again. Like what happened with Beltran. Yeah. No, Beltran.
WBC and Ring
and,
Magazine Junior Welterweight titles.
Yeah.
Born, bred, and repping Omaha, Nebraska.
Oh wow, Nebraska. Shout out to them Omaha steaks. I hear they're really good. I gotta try something. What I like about Terence Crawford, he's a complete fighter. Like he's like a guy who has like good pure boxing skills, but like he has he's mean. He's like a fighter spirit. So he'll go in there, like he'll try to hurt you.
Is it the same class as like Ward?
No, he's in the same weight class as like
What popular
Gentlemen, you've already received your instructions.
well, in his weight class, like there really aren't that many like big names, but like the weight class above him is like Manny Pacquiao, Mayweather. He's probably gonna move up to the weight class like next year, most likely.
Yeah, he just wants to run the WBA and IBF.
Outside of the ring, Terence Crawford is
Anytime he fights, like his last like 3 fights, people have been clamoring to watch for the Pacquiao fight. They want to see him fight Pacquiao. Like I want to see it too.
The meanest fighter in boxing. Once he's
I wouldn't go that far. He's mean, but he ain't not the meanest. Kovalev is the meanest. Kovalev.
given him reason to be even meaner by missing weight.
But he's right there. He's right below Kovalev. So round 1 starting. We got Molina and Crawford in the middle of the ring.
He's got a reason to be angry.
Crawford starting off this fight in the southpaw and orthodox stance.
Ray Beltran has scored a spectacular knockout in the fight preceding his entrance into the ring. This is Crawford's hometown. He doesn't like being upstaged. He wants to do something now that matches up to what Ray Beltran did.
He hit Molina with the 1-2. Molina's legs kind of already buckled, so we'll see how Molina's able to take his power, being weight drained.
And put those kind of power shots on an opponent. Usually he takes a couple of rounds and feels him out. But maybe this weight thing has him a little bit heated and ready to do something bad to John Molina.
And at 28 years old.
Damn. Another thing about Terence Crawford is he can fight like orthodox and southpaw. He can switch stances. So like right now he's fighting as orthodox. So he'll jab with his left, but if he wants to, and to show something different, he'll switch the other way and he'll start jabbing you with the right. Although he's probably not going to have to do with this fight because John Molina isn't good enough to make him do that. Oh, never mind. He just did look. He just switched. He's a southpaw now. He's playing southpaw.
So he switches southpaw a minute and 20 seconds into the fight.
I like the choice of Molina as an opponent tonight.
Is that hard for you to
It's a good fight.
Huh?
He's a
Southpaw is
quality
hard
fighter.
for someone
The fact that he's a huge underdog
because they're both on the
makes
same
him
side.
no different than anyone else.
Southpaw is a little different because when if you're someone who's an orthodox who jabs with the left and you don't have good head movement, Terence can just counter you with his left hand all night.
And Terence is hoping to run him into something really big right now in the southpaw stance. You can see him set for Molina to come in. Molina trying to figure out when to go, but he's not really sure because Terence is so set.
One thing I'm noticing, guys, is that with the weight drain, Molina kind of missing the weight. His legs, he never was the best on his legs, but his legs look very unstable already. And it's round 1, so deals with Terence as this fight goes on.
Which gives him a chance to run into a Terence Crawford right hook.
Or a straight left hand.
Either one.
Can't follow a guy who's quicker than you.
Terence is being very patient.
And the precision of this It's beautiful to watch. He's thinking early knockout, and he's cool as
He's gonna get him hurt.
That's it. Trying to get him out of there.
Of course he is. And he knew that the other kid knocked him out with an overhand left, or knocked him down with an overhand left, yes. So he immediately turned to the southpaw position to put that on Molina's mind.
Nice jab, Terence.
Well, with the exception of
All right, so round one goes to Crawford. Show Molina different looks. Starts off in the in the orthodox stance. Hits him, touches him a little bit, sees what Molina is, what he's looking like, how much power he's going to take. Then he switches to the southpaw stance, and he's giving him a new look. So that's like a lot of you guys out there. There are a couple of people out there. They don't like Terence Crawford. I don't know why. This dude is a beast. The guy can fight southpaw, orthodox, counter you. He has a fighting spirit. He's got good boxing skills. Like, are there flaws to Terence? Definitely. Other things that Pacquiao could exploit if they fought? Definitely. But still a great fighter, and in my opinion, the most skilled, and yes, I said it, the most skilled American fighter in boxing today over Andre Ward. I maintain that belief.
Right to the body, beautiful combination, followed by a good left cross jab, a right cross jab, from the southpaw stance.
All right, so round two. Terence comes out in the southpaw stance.
In Terence Crawford's arsenal.
John Molina's having a hard time loading up on anything to throw power punches.
He sees that kind of steady pressure is just a prolonged.
Now he's trying to cut that distance, and it's not really working out for him. Terence is throwing that jab.
Likely hasten his demise, but at least give him chances in the meantime.
That's the only chance that he has is to try to put that kind of pressure on him. He knows it's going to get him killed eventually, but he doesn't take a chance of trying to land a big shot first, which is very smart.
Give yourself a chance.
I know.
No chance.
Exactly. Like I said, though.
Honestly, this is like an abnormal day. Like there's usually not this many fights going on at one time.
But if you keep your distance from a great boxer, you're bound to get carved.
One thing I like about Terence, guys, is when he's fighting, he's a good rhythm fighter. There's guys that fight in spurts, but then there's guys who fight rhythm, and Terence is like good. He's a good rhythm fighter. Like if a guy is trying to reach in, Terence will touch their glove, touch their arms, and he uses wherever the opponent is, he measures them based on wherever they're at to develop his own rhythm and counter and set up his own shots. So I've always liked it about Terence.
Makes you spend 8 weeks in training camp thinking about what he might do out of a conventional stance. And then he dispenses with it a minute and 20 seconds into the fight. Because he's going to wind up in a southpaw stance at some point anyway. He's more powerful from that side.
Oh, if you got stopped or got dropped by a southpaw and he can do both, why would he not turn to a southpaw stance?
John Molina is coming forward, but he looks like a dead man out there. Like the weight looks like it's really affected Molina. But meaning credit to him, despite him missing the weight and obviously cutting a lot of weight and not being as sharp as he can be, he's still out there trying his best against a really, really good fighter, Terence Crawford.
As quick as he usually does.
Some guys they'll fight. What happens is they'll fight like at a certain weight class to get a size advantage, so they have to cut a lot of weight. And he didn't even make the weight. He actually came in 4 pounds overweight, and he had to kill him. Like he had to shell out of his water weight to make this fight. So like he just looks very sluggish. Like he looks very sluggish.
This is actually sad.
Yeah.
Guy is putting on a show.
Like even if Terence gets knocked out, he still doesn't have his titles because it's not a title fight anymore.
Good slip by Crawford.
Yeah.
Not because Molina's not trying though. He's trying to do exactly what his corner is telling him to do.
Out right now.
The things that some of these fighters do for the money.
Yeah. Next Saturday, we'll wrap up our 2016 live boxing schedule with a triple header, headlined by the final ring appearance, he says, of 51-year-old legend Bernard Hopkins.
All right, so right now we're heading into round 3. We're going to see if my friend Charlie, his prediction, he said, I'll show you guys. Look, he said the fix is in. The fix is in for Crawford. Less than 5. So right now, that's round 3. Let's see how correct my boy Charlie is in his assessment. I'm with Alex though, my man, the big payback Alex. So with other people, Alex. What's up? My man said that Molina's having a hard time making weight. He should probably retire, and I'm with him. I'm right there with him. He needs to retire. Had a good height. Unless he wants to fight at 147.
Remarkable move.
I don't think he should fight at welterweight either. He should fight at middleweight.
Crawford makes it look so easy.
I mean, I know, but I'm just saying if he wants to
he'll get spanked in fight.
I'm just saying. That's if he wants to continue fighting.
Lomachenko is one. There aren't many others. Look at those numbers in the first 3 rounds.
Because
Crawford
he is a big guy.
39 out of 99, and so far having been touched 6 times by John Molina.
Yeah, and
Molina's legs look very unstable, guys. Crawford's hitting him with jabs, and he's these big. What? Clutching and stuff? He can't beat Terence on skill, so he's going to try to make it an ugly fight. I don't blame him. Oh! He gets caught Terence with a nice right hand. He's still coming, Molina's sluggish, but he's still fighting his heart out. Gotta give it to him. Terence better be careful because he's shown a tendency to get caught in the past, and Molina still has enough power to hurt him. So we'll see what happens, man. Maybe they're just taking a couple rounds to warm up.
And there's fights like Mickey Bay and Nick Bundy, but then again, Terence Crawford. You can never know.
It does. Hits hit hard. As a matter of fact, it's a whirlwind.
Somewhere Antonio DeMarco is saying, "Oh, come on, Terence."
Don DeMarco. Antonio DeMarco is a boxer.
Antonio DeMarco.
Yeah, Antonio.
You're not going to win out in 44 seconds.
That was on the undercard of Andre Ward versus Chad Dawson.
Oh! Nice. Left uppercut counter by Terence Crawford. I mean, he's hitting Molina with everything. Terence Crawford is hitting Molina with everything but the kitchen sink, and the guy is not folding, but he's staying patient. Molina's showing a lot of toughness right now. And we know Molina in the past has had a lot of cover behind knockouts, so we'll see what happens, man. You never know. Molina.
And the harder Molina swings, the more opportunities he will offer Crawford to hit him something which he doesn't see coming.
And Crawford will take every advantage of every opportunity that he's given.
Well, Molina, the way he's moving and throwing punches, looks like an actor in a bad boxing movie from the old days. It doesn't look realistic like what you normally see in a top-level prize fight.
True.
And
it's
then
like
when you compare it to
last night I was watching Rocky.
It looks even worse.
And fighting in Rocky's unrealistic. It looks like that. He's like this. John Molina's like this right now.
That was a bomb. Those kind of punches.
He's moving around the ring like a UFC fighter. Like one guy I saw in UFC the other day. It's the name of Brian Elliott. Moving just like him around the ring.
Yeah, and that's why Molina was a good choice for an opponent. He's giving people something to watch.
All right, so Terence with another round. You know what? I'm going to actually go see what's going on with the Mares Cuellar fight while this round is going on. So, hold on. See what's going on with Mares Cuellar at the moment. So right now, Mares Cuellar is in the 6th round.
But I think it's fair to say might be more accurate thus far. And in the last round, the counter punching of Mares was really excellent.
Shout out to the LA media out there in California
It's
covering the
worth
fight.
noting that neither man has really stunned the other man. Even though they've landed some pretty big punches, no one's been hurt. Well, one thing I'm not saying about Pacquiao, one of the reasons
Mares better stay away from that power. Cuellar will get him out of there. It's just boxing. Use your boxing skills.
That way, you're more balanced on the ball of your foot, and then you plant the heel second. He plants his heel first, and then you coach second. So it slows him down a second.
I don't know who's winning, but it looks like a
You
good
want
fight.
to avoid the bomb first.
Round 4 of the scheduled 12 begins. Copy box numbers overwhelmingly in favor of Terence Crawford.
Crawford Molina is back. It's round 4.
3-0, 30-27.
Let's see if this prediction is true. 5 or less.
Just keeps coming forward with his hands down. I mean, he's just wide open. Crawford circling, going both ways, and nailing them with good shots constantly. And that's the story of the fight. Molina coming in, hands down, absolutely wide open. You couldn't miss him. You couldn't miss him if you tried. And Crawford is rocking him with good left hands, good right hands. 3-0, Crawford.
All right. Right now, John Molina has went into Ruslan Provodnikov defense mode where he's blocking punches with his face.
Which is a very smart shot right there.
Come on, John.
Forcing John to keep his hands.
Come on, John. Make it a fight. We're going to see the fight. Come on. Terence touches glove one time and then shoot a real sharp jab.
Take punches like that and continue to just chase your opponent says a lot about John Molina.
No, John can just land that one big shot.
He was in the fight of the year a couple years ago against Batista. He lost it. But you see why he's in that kind of fight. And against Provodnikov was more of a boxer.
There's no steam on John Molina's punches right now.
And he won that fight.
But
here he
just looks mad sluggish. My thing is,
he's going for the fence.
When is Terence gonna put the exclamation point on John Molina?
Crawford making it look easy.
Maybe he's trying to get his rounds in. He has to
Midway
process
through
the round.
round 4 against John Molina.
It's been 5 months. He wants to chase some Cowboys off.
It's like John almost lays a punch out like he's expecting to get hit, but he doesn't care.
Oh, Terrence's body punching is getting a lot better, guys. I don't know if you guys been noticing that. But his body punching has gotten better these last couple of fights. It's going to the body more.
Do you think it's something about smacking instead of
Them? Not right.
just in general?
Boxers in general, they talk a lot of smack. Yeah, in certain fights, yeah. Yeah.
Crawford's assertive side-to-side movement occasionally makes Molina look silly. As Molina lunges, reaches, and tries as hard as he can.
Another uppercut. So the question, you know, and I don't want to discredit John Molina because he's shown in the past that he can get guys out of there with just one punch. But for what I'm seeing, it appears that John Molina doesn't have any sort of energy tonight. So I'm not really sure we can expect that. So the question now becomes not if John Molina will get stopped, but when will Terence Crawford put the exclamation point, put this guy away? That becomes a question here. And you know, while I'm sitting here, we'll see, man. Hopefully he can stop him. Hopefully the Mares Cuellar fight is still on, and we get a chance to watch the rounds of that.
Right there, that landed on the chin. That was a really tough body shot for Molina to absorb.
Here's Warren Buffett, and Warren Buffett's
in the building. Let's go, champ.
Warren Buffett.
Warren Buffett is like one of the richest men in the world.
Stop showing off in the cheap seats.
Buffett's one of the few guys who can say, Crawford doesn't look like $1 million tonight. He looks like $1 billion tonight.
Yeah, John Molina's gonna make this an ugly fight.
Like Crawford, the Cornhuskers. I mean, what are the franchises in this neck of the woods? Crawford is one of them. Professional sports franchise.
Doing a good job of tying Molina up once they get close, so that Molina can't hit him with those wild looping shots.
And by the way, when you're talking about franchises, Max Kellerman, this is the arena in which the Creighton Blue Jays play basketball. And right now, they are in the top 10 and regarded as a potential candidate for the Final Four the way they're playing.
And have a pretty good team, Jim.
Shout out to the Creighton Blue Jays.
They're only the second best performers in this arena.
That is correct.
Terence right now looks like he's trying to get his rounds in, guys. The fight, really, to be honest with you guys, it's not much. It's really like a sparring session.
One thing we always talk about, man,
because of Molina's just lack of energy. This is a great example of when a fighter kills himself to make weight and how it could affect him in the ring.
in the exchanges, like right there. Everything he does is
Not that Molina had much of a chance anyway, but he looks like
has nothing to worry about.
he looked like a complete crap from the word go.
He's gonna catch Terence after Terence catches him first.
I mean, this is
Come on,
this is
Molina.
a fight that should be, in its way, inspirational to less talented fighters. Because not that Molina's going to win or that he's doing much of anything, but there's such a talent gap, there's such a skills gap, and there's Molina giving it everything he has, putting tremendous pressure, everything he can on Terence Crawford, and keeping it.
I think he's carrying him. He's putting on a show for the hometown fans. It's not really
he
time to
can
stop
to
him.
try to make something happen. It may not work, but there's value in the effort.
And he's making a.
He's trying to cut the ring off now, John Molina.
I mean, it's highly unlikely to work, but it gives
Make it
him
an ugly
something.
fight. Do what you need to do, John.
He's not going to go gently into that good night.
There's a certain level of competition, though, at which John Molina just doesn't exist. And that's why he has trouble beating people like what he's saying, former Terence Crawford, the better opponents against whom he's been in the ring.
If he has trouble with the other guys,
John Molina.
there's got to be a stronger word for it against this guy.
So is there a moment, Roy Jones?
Yeah, he does. He's like mad. He's like mad weight drain. He's terrible. It's terrible.
Pressure and try to bring it into this.
No sense in stepping forward. Let him keep bringing it to you. I mean, the hardest thing in the world is a head-on collision, right? He's bringing it all to you. Just let him run to the head-on collision. Eventually,
Maybe-
he'll take a chance
I don't know, man.
to his.
The fight's not really much of a fight, so I wanted to say this. Make the damn Terence Crawford Manny Pacquiao fight. I want to see it already. I'll pay money to watch it. All right, make the fight happen.
And Melissa Stark, as we look back at the Kovalev Ward and Lomachenko Walters fights, plus show you a group of fighters who may change your perception of the relationship between boxing and Parkinson's disease. And on the 28th, don't miss our special year-end edition. We'll review the year that was and hand out awards, including our picks for Fight and Fighter of the Year.
Over and over. You know, jab, right hand to the body. Jab, bang to the body. Bang to the head. When you get in, work. Don't wait for the referee to break you up. Pull back and get him up.
You're listening to veteran trainer Shahid Saluki in Molina's corner, and then you got to look at Terence Crawford as Crawford calmly walked the ring and waited for the bell to ring for the next round.
We gotta snack on something. Got the caramel popcorn. That's how we enjoy fights here in the TSS Retailer House.
Good hook on Molina.
Crowd gets excited here at the beginning of round number 6 as Crawford comes out and lands a couple of hard shots.
You know what this fight reminds me of, guys? Larry Holmes, Tex Cobb.
I was about to say Raging Bull.
That's the night that Howard Cosell stepped away from professional boxing.
Cobb never stopped coming forward, always was trying, and Tex Cobb had an otherworldly chin. And Larry Holmes was utterly skilled and just beat the hell out of him for 15 rounds.
And this kid has a hell of a body because he just got caught with another one of those vicious lefts to the body that would have took anybody else out of here. Oh, this is pretty much right here.
How many more rounds do you give this one?
Maybe 2 more at the max. He's taking too many real vicious shots. Those body shots are making it worse.
Yeah, and someone who cares about Molina pretty soon has to consider how much more is worth it.
I would throw in the towel. Throw in the towel.
Tell you what, though,
Swing back across the ring.
you got to give him credit now. He brought it to the plan, and he's trying his hardest to do exactly what him and his corner had planned to do. You got to give him credit for that.
But the more aggressive Molina is, the more open he is to Terence Crawford's precise counter shots.
Which is why good hook by John.
He's getting frustrated.
Make it an ugly fight.
Referee Mark Nelson.
He's gotta make it an ugly fight. Ugly.
Molina
Do what you gotta do to win.
That's pretty much what I do this fight.
in the fouling position.
Yeah, pretty much right now.
Oh, wait, now
Molina
he's
doesn't know
on
whether he's fouling or
Huh?
not. He's just trying to get close to Crawford.
He doesn't care.
Nah, Terence Crawford has been in the orthodox stance, or southpaw stance, like the last 5 rounds. He's piecing John Molina up with the right jab, left, straight left counter, everything you want.
Eventually land something big that can change the fight around. So you're prepared for this kind of fight. But when you actually see it unfold, you have to ask yourself,
let's go, champ.
The likelihood diminishes that something big will land. Is it worth it?
But for him, it is Max. He's a fighter. This is what fighters do. So for him, his goal is to do one thing: try to land a big shot. For him, if he ever could land a big shot, then it will be worth more than just this to win the fight. So is it worth it for him? Yes.
Another round of Crawford. So
his corner, they don't care.
Credit to John Molina. I consider this a massive moral victory for him. Despite him being very sluggish, honestly, they should consider throwing in the towel at some point. He has somehow made it all the way to the 7th round. Now, you can say that's Crawford carrying him, or you can say Molina has a good chin, but regardless, he showed a lot of heart. And, yeah, it is what it is, man. Right now in the corner, there is like no sign from John Molina's trainer or his corner that they plan on stopping this fight. So right now they're still trying. It looks like they're still trying to win this fight. So we'll see what happens. If John Molina can load up and land a straight right hand, we saw what it did earlier and back Terence Crawford, that could gain his respect. So I would look for the right hand if I'm John. But that's easier said than done. Terence is countering the living hell out of him. Any opportunity he gets.
What's necessary to win. They know that that's his only chance. So they don't care that there's a risk. They know that that's the only possible chance to win the fight.
Harold, how do you have it through 6? 6-0. 54. There's no doubt who's winning this fight and who's winning these rounds. Molina just keeps coming in with his arms down and he keeps getting hit with everything but the kitchen sink. As far as stopping the fight goes, I mean, he's taking a terrible beating. I would hate to see John Molina get hurt. I wouldn't blame Mark Nelson if he stopped the fight at any point.
Yeah, stop the fight.
I think Terence Crawford.
I totally agree.
I'm with it.
Could be stopped at any point, even though there hasn't been a moment at which Molina looked like he was ready to go.
Well, he has taken some pretty vicious body shots, though, Max. And because of him following around Terence Crawford,
John Molina's going to be pissing like real smart body. That black piss with body shots.
That could be career ending. So I understand what you guys are saying. And I mean,
if John Molina wants to have any semblance of a career, they need to make sure that the ref stops this fight or that his corner throwing the towel. But I'm putting it on his corner. They need to recognize their fighter is not in this fight. He's weight trained. He's getting his ass whooped in every round, and it's a slow, thorough beating. So please throw in the towel. I'm begging you. Team Molina, please do it. Let's take this man's career and his family.
Clearly, this is a mishap. Is there pressure on him to finish this fight before the final bell, Roy?
No, it's not, Jim, because finishing this fight could be crazy if he took a chance and got caught. Like that hook right there, that hook could have changed everything. So you got to understand, this kid still is dangerous, Molina. He's not a walk in the park. You have to be very careful. And the best time to hit a guy is when he's trying to hit you. So if he goes out and tries to take Molina out and runs into a big shot, everybody will be calling him the craziest fighter ever.
And I think he is trying to take him out. You know, he's really sitting down on some very hard punches, but credit Molina's durability and his heart.
And he's doing it when Molina's coming at him, which is the smartest thing to do.
As the 7th round moves toward a close, Crawford has landed nearly 150 punches in the fight, and Molina has landed 35.
I'm saying, like,
still coming like
he's getting a beating, bro. Like, John Molina, the other guy, like, his corner should to throw in the towel. Stop the fight. If the man wants to have a career, these kind of beatings right will change your career. Because he's not. It's almost better to get knocked out. To take all that punishment for 12 rounds, it's not good for a fighter. Like, he's not in this fight. Stop the fight, please. I guess when the fight's not competitive, I guess I'll take this time to talk about Terence Crawford, and like basically like right now he's at 140. You would expect at some point within the next year and a half for him to move up to welterweight. So I'm all for it, man. I want to see Crawford move up to welterweight, fight the Keith Thurmans, Danny Garcias, the best fighters 147. I honestly think he could beat all the best fighters 147. You know, the only guy I'll have a hard time picking him for, I lean towards him, but I wouldn't be confident in my pick. Secure my pick would be Manny Pacquiao. That's really it. All the other guys I think he beats. All right, so we're in round. Somehow John Molina, you know, credit his heart and his determination, but he's made it to round 8. I think his corner should stop the fight. Terence is pitching a shutout right now.
Every single round in what has been a total mismatch here in Omaha.
But they expected that. This is what everybody expected. This is what the deep
mismatch so bad that I think I'm watching PBC.
At no point except if he can land that big shot. So they knew that he was already outclassed. Good shot right there. See what I'm saying? That's what they're looking for. So they don't expect Molina to be winning the fight.
Throw some windmills. Land a lucky shot.
That's the problem or a contradiction or irony, at least maybe in boxing, is that once in a blue moon, a guy like Molina in a fight like this, that actually works. Yeah, once in a blue moon, but it's very difficult to tell the fighter and the trainer entering a fight, preparing for that kind of fight and that possibility, that they're not going to be the blue moon. Or they have to believe that they're the exceptional case.
And that's why they're there. If they didn't believe that, they wouldn't be in here tonight. Yeah. So you can't tell him to do it, yet you don't want him to do it at the same time.
But the rest of us, though, have to play the odds. And if 99 times out of 100, it turns out really bad.
So right now, Terence, in the 8th round,
then it's understandable if
he's picking his shots,
to be halted before
and Molina's arms are slowly but surely lowering a little bit. My thing with Terence would be, are you going to be secure and put it to a unanimous decision, or will you make a statement and get Molina out of there? That's really what it comes down to. Make a statement and try to get him out of here. I know that's easier said than done. Molina just with a lot of heart, but you got a dead man in front of me to finish the job.
So they're going to wait till they see that it's really being detrimental to him before they do it. Right now, they're not saying that he's really in trouble, which he may be, but they don't say that. He is saying that.
Come on, John. Uh-oh. This might be it right here. John's. Oh, never mind. John's fighting him. Oh, Terence is countering. Terence to the left to the body, right to the head, left to the body. And John is backed up. John's going to get stopped. And he's getting destroyed. And that's it. The fight is over. Terence Crawford gets the 8th round TKO. Stays undefeated. And finishes John, the Gladiator, Molina. That was a fighter going out on the shield. John Molina. John Molina showed a lot of heart, but I'm not so sure about that beating you still. That might be the end of his career. So keep John Molina in your prayers. He took a huge beating just now.
It was a satisfying ending for the crowd. I still would have preferred it. He stopped before it was.
I understand what you're saying, but yet you're still mad about the Walters fight ending like he did. Because he didn't have this same bravado and this same heart to go like this. Yeah. So we can't contradict ourselves. In pro boxing, this is what we have to see. Crowd is still going crazy. Of course, they got what they wanted. They got their money.
Shout out to the top-ranked green card girls, too, while I'm at it. Shout out to the top-ranked green card girls, Rachel McDonough, all of them. Beautiful women.
Terence Crawford did some vicious body work.
Terence Crawford and John Molina paying their respect in the middle of the ring.
I mean, these body shots, that was a good uppercut. But those shots right there, Jim.
Big time body shot.
That knocked him off balance. But that body shot is really what caused the damage. Can you watch this? That one right there really did everything. I mean, look at those body shots. The head shots are good, but the body shots like that. You see that? That's what takes it out of a fighter. Those were what were the most devastating shots in the fight. Not those head shots right there. He took those all night. Boom! You see, he took that knee to be buckled. But you see this right here? That's what caused the problem. For the arm come down, he's ready to go right there. See, he had already started going down before the head shot landed. The vicious body shots from both sides. Wow.
I hope one day I get to see Terence Crawford fight Danny Garcia. That's a fight I've always wanted to see. Mad random, but we'll be here for the post-fight interview, and I'll give my live reaction right now. I'm just kind of snacking on these and taking all this in.
Mark Nelson to step in and call a halt to the action with an official time of 2 minutes, 32 seconds of round number 8, declaring the winner by way of technical knockout, still WBO, still WBC, and still undefeated world champion, Terence Crawford.
Final count box numbers. And this will be a landslide.
That's where it's going.
Terence Crawford, as he lands 143 more punches, he throws 132 more punches, and he triples John Molina's connect rate in total punches. Power shots, even more one-sided. He lands 87 more, he throws 26 more, and more than quadruples John Molina's connect percentage for power punches, landing half of them. As it turned out,
all right, so I'm waiting for the post-fight interviews. Here we go.
Terence Crawford.
Congratulations, Terence. You put on a show for the hometown fans as usual. Heading into this fight, you said it was important to you to be fighter of the year again this year as you were a couple of years ago. Do you think this performance does it for you?
Of course. Of course. I showed everything in this fight.
As a dominant champion, sometimes you're not going to get the credit for the wins that you have because your opponent isn't competitive, as was the case in the Postal fight. Molina is a credible opponent, but didn't win a moment of the fight. You beat him up and knocked him out. How do you get around this issue of getting credit for these contenders that you continue to beat when you beat them so easily?
Well, first of all, I like to thank God for blessing me with this victory. Without him, none of this would be possible. But credit to John Molina, he came, he fought, he did everything he could do. But at the same time, I'm just a fighter. I don't make the fights. I just fight.
We know that you're interested in fighting Pacquiao.
Let's see about this. Make the fight.
Do you think that fight can be a reality in the near future?
That's up to Bob Arum and
my manager, Cameron Duncan.
My coaches. Of course, I would love to fight Pacquiao, but you know it's a business.
In the event that you don't get Pacquiao, is there another fighter in or around your weight class
Danny Garcia. I wish you would just say Danny Garcia.
Well, right now, anybody with a title. Woo. Anybody with a title. Ricky Burns or the newly crowned IBF champion. I want them belts. If I can't get Pacquiao, I want them.
At welterweight, there are some names there, although there may be promotional or network issues. But one that jumps out to me as a different kind of talent is Errol Spence.
Oh,
do you think eventually someone
that'd be
like
a great
that
fight
can be a big opponent?
Let's see what he says. Please make.
Yeah, of course, but he at 147, I'm at 140, and he may be moving up. But sure, that'd be a great fight.
Terence, congratulations. Always a pleasure to watch your work. Look forward to seeing you again.
I would love to see that fight, Errol Spence versus Terence Crawford. I feel like.
Jim.
Should have asked him to win with Danny Garcia.
I feel like Errol Spence from 130. You know, when he was at 135, 135 up to 147, he beats anybody in boxing. Anybody. I think he could beat Pacquiao, Thurman, Garcia, Porter. Earl would be an interesting matchup though because of his strength, but I think Terence has too much skill for Earl. But I love to see that fight.
There's so much talent at the top of the sport. You consider that a guy
these
like
guys
that,
say.
that good is ranked 6th by Ring Magazine. I got him 6th in
The best American fighter in boxing, in case you guys didn't know. Best American fighter in the world today. Better than Andre Ward.
Just to see if they rank him number 1 as anywhere else on the list.
Yeah, all of that is a matter of opinion, Jim. A lot of the times we like to rank these guys according to their duration. How long have they been at the top of their game? Also, who have they faced while at the top of their game? This guy fights any and everybody that's close to his division. So, quite naturally, he's one of those guys that could go from number 1 to number 5 without a doubt. He could go anywhere on your list and you wouldn't be mad. I'm just happy that there are so many guys now that we have in boxing.
He's number 4 on the TSS pound list.
Of being put on that list. Guys who deserve that we can argue about and have legitimate arguments about as to who's number 1 through 7.
Tremendous talent at the top of the sport.
Well, there's no debate. If you know if you really know boxing, you know who number 1 is.
We're
not to argue about that one.
Danny Garcia. There are still others. It's a tremendous desire on all of our parts that the political divisions be brought to an end in boxing so that the best can fight the best. And most particularly in the case of Crawford, that means we want to see him against those other welterweights.
Well, you said great talents. I think you mentioned good talents. I think Keith Thurman and Danny Garcia and the like are good or very good talents. But Terence Crawford looks like a great fighter in his prime. And so you need to find another great fighter or special talent. Lomachenko is one to the south, but Lomachenko looks a little small for Crawford, and I think even by Lomachenko's admission, maybe Crawford is too big. I think Crawford feels the same way. There's no one else at 140, and so you look north. And when I look at the welterweight division,
don't sleep on Amir Mama, Adrian Granados.
The talent I see there that I think is special, that has the chance to be great and to compete evenly with a fighter like Crawford is Errol Spence. But Spence hasn't proven it yet. He's just shown that potential.
Yo, Errol Spence going to get sparked against Kell Brook.
Really good fighters now for several years.
You need to worry about that.
None of them have really been competitive. He is a pound-for-pound elite fighter looking for another guy like that to make a big fight with.
Great point. Well, it's been a tremendously busy weekend in boxing. A lot happened here on HBO. Very quickly, we size it up for you in Auckland, New Zealand. Joseph Parker.
All right, so that's enough HBO.
Ruiz fought for a heavyweight
we're gonna put those boys on mute.
Parker became the first Pacific Islander to win a heavyweight belt, and he
in combination a lot more than Quasar.
You know what? Don't go anywhere, guys. We're gonna see what happened with the Mara Square fight, because I don't even know what happened with the Mara Square fight.
Yep, that's exactly right. And he tried to finish him off there in the 11th round, could not do it.
Morris looks like he's putting it on Quayar.
What looks like it would be
He won?
I don't know. I think it went to
I think Abner Morris won, guys.
We've been on the aftermarket journey and showtime all the way through.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he won.
You see the numbers in this fight.
Wow, so I love being wrong, bro. I love being wrong when it comes to boxing.
It is true.
A lot of good matchups today. A lot of good fights. I gotta go back and watch this one at some point.
Guess what? He didn't land at a spectacular percentage, but enough of them to control this fight.
Classy gesture by Abner Manes going to the corner of Jesus Quasar, thanking him for a terrific fight.
And it was a spirited effort.
I probably should have watched that fight. This fight was probably more exciting, but I couldn't pass up watching it.
So, the official decision has been rendered. Let's hear it now from Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of action, we go to the scorecards. We have a split decision.
Robbery alert.
Max DeLuca scores about 117 to 110 in favor of Abner Mares. Judge ringside, Kermit Bayless
we gonna get another robbery?
115 to 112 in favor of Jesus Quasar.
It's gonna be a draw. It's gonna be a draw. Watch. It's gonna be a draw. Oh no, Dave Moretti!
16 to 1.
No, not Dave Moretti.
In favor of the winner and the new WBA.
Oh, Morris. All right, I think Morris. I didn't watch the fight, but I think Morris is the guy who was supposed to win based on stats and how they were talking. All right, well, I thought for a second they were about to rob homeboy,
Four-time champion.
but Abner Morris rebounds in a big way, and Abner Morris rebounds from the Leo Santa Cruz, lost and beats a very good fighter in Pacquiao.
Some down moments, but this is redemption for him as he moves forward. And Paulie, I guess Judge Bayless will not be receiving a Christmas card from Abner Morris.
No, I mean, Al did mention a lot of the refs were close, but I don't know if there were enough of them where you can give Pacquiao the fight. You know, maybe have a close.
I think it would be closer. It could be closer under the right circumstances.
But now
Abner Morris pulls off the victory, and this guy looks like he was excited, so I'm going to go back and watch this one as well.
Natalie, the wife of Abner Morris, exulting over the win. She had some nervous moments because it was a split decision, but at the end of the day, for her family, a joyous moment.
Let's see what Abner Morris got to say, man.
Let's go to Jim Briggs.
I was pissed when he lost to Leo Santa Cruz. I was mad. I really wanted to win that one.
Congratulations.
Let's see what he says.
To hear and new, making you a 4-time champion. Got to be a whole lot of pride. What's your reaction?
Oh my God, I feel so good, man. It's been a long time, man. It's been a long time. I'm champion. Thank you, everybody, for the support. My beautiful family. Ringstar, baby. I told you I was going to be your first champion. Showtime, everybody. Thank you so much. Al Heyman, all my team, Robert. We have the perfect game plan.
Thank you.
My first trainer, obviously, here, Joey Olivo, Clemente Medina, everybody that's helped me throughout the career. Thank you so much, Robert, and I'm so happy, man. I'm blessed.
You're giving Robert now his 10th championship, but I want to take you back 15 months ago. You had a tough, hard fight against Leo Santa Cruz. Now 15 months since you last fought. Did some doubt creep in that you would be back on the top stand of the podium?
Never doubted myself. Never. I felt it in my heart. Like I said, when I fought Leo, I beat myself because I fought the wrong fight.
Amen to that.
I fought really smart. I didn't let the crowd get to me. I didn't let him to get to me. I
felt like an idiot against Leo.
He literally gave up all, like, he literally tired out after the
How
first
did you
round.
manage to stay disciplined? In fact, you went a couple of times when Cuellar said, "Come on, let's fight." You said, "No, I've got a plan."
That's my coach, man. My coach told me that. He's going to do that. He's going to try to intimidate. He's going to try to tell you he's making it brawl. But guess what? I have the perfect game plan.
Abner, let's take a look at the monitor here and tell us about the knockdown here in the 11th round from your vantage point.
Oh.
Well, I got caught with the straight left there, but I think I'm coming back with mine. Boom, flush, right in the center, right in the chin.
Damn, this like it was a good fight.
And there they thought that he was a power puncher.
Probably should have watched this fight, to be honest with you guys.
So I proved that I have some power too.
Obviously, you'll have a tremendous amount of interest in January of the Frampton Santa Cruz fight. Would you like to fight the winner of that fight?
Definitely. I want the Leo fight. I want the Frampton fight. I want anyone, any champion. I'm a champion now. I'm a champion, baby. Let's bring it. Anyone, I'm ready. I've always proven myself. I'm not afraid of anyone. I'll fight anyone.
Abner, congratulations. Robert, you as well.
Thank you.
All right. Jesus.
Good to see Abner back in the win column.
We'll translate for us. It was a split decision. What is your reaction to what the judges said?
Una decisión dividida. ¿Qué pensaste?
See what Jesus Cuellar says.
No, yo creo que la pelea estuvo muy pareja hasta el round que me tiró, pero yo sé que venía ganando la pelea.
Yeah, no, I thought it was pretty even the fight until he threw me down, and then that's when he took control. But it was pretty even.
Would you have preferred this to be a brawl as opposed to the more tactical boxing that Abner performed?
Hubiese querido mejor una pelea de bronca, de estar tirando a lo loco, sin nada táctico, nada boxístico.
Sí, él empezó a hacer su trabajo, empezó a correr como hace siempre, hizo su buen trabajo, pero yo creo que me merezco la revancha.
Some skills won today in regards to Abner Maris. He would have preferred that fight, what you said, nice and rough, but he had his skills today, and he does want a rematch.
You want a rematch?
You don't have a rematch.
Quiero una revancha. Sé que hicimos una gran pelea, lo considero un gran boxeador, por eso quise pelear con él. Y bueno, creo que me corresponde porque yo también le di la oportunidad.
I think he's a great boxer. I do definitely want the rematch. I gave him the opportunity, so now it's fair that he gives it back to me.
Yo, D.
Thank you very much.
Is that mine?
Thank you.
All right, Carl, back to you.
All right, thank you very much, Jim. So a split decision win, but a huge win, nevertheless, for Abner Mares, celebrating as he becomes a 4-time champion, the new featherweight champion as we go to the official scores. Here, according to the judges chosen by the California State Athletic Commission, let's bring in our unofficial scores.
All right, so there you guys have it. Wrapping up a great night of boxing, great day of boxing, I should say. You know, we had Joseph Parker earlier this morning become the WBO heavyweight champion, setting himself up for big unification fights with Anthony Joshua and all the other champions of the division. You know, that was a controversial fight. A lot of people thought Andy Ruiz might have won that one. You know, we had Anthony Joshua going there and put up an impressive performance against Eric Molina, who a lot of people are kind of short, like pretty much discredit, but you know, he did a way better job with Molina than Wilder did. Got him out of there in the third round. After that, you know, Julian Williams and Jamal Charlo treated us to a great fight. One of the better fights of the year. Non-stop action. You know, we saw a little bit of everything in that fight. Boxing, brawling, knockdowns, you know, defense. We saw that was a good fight to watch. And then Terence Crawford puts on a good performance against a pretty much a dead man in front of him in John Molina, who came in weight drained and very sluggish from the word go. And then Abner Mares also captures the title and beats the Jesus Cuellar and his reign as champion. We also had a couple fights I got to watch today. I didn't get a chance to watch Chisora versus White, which I heard was a great fight. And this fight right here, I got to watch. So a lot of boxing I still got to catch up on. But I'm hoping you guys enjoyed, you know, what I'm doing right here. We're going to start doing more of these. If you guys like them, let me know in the comments. But, yeah, man. Basically what I wanted to say was it's a great day for boxing. Next week we got Hopkins versus Joe Smith Jr. in his last fight. That'll be like the last major boxing card that we see on HBO Showtime. And then, you know, we have like guys like Naya Inoue fighting, but you have to try to stream that on your computer, which is always tough. So it is what it is, man. Great day for boxing. Tomorrow, or I should say later on today, because it's 12:11 a.m. here on the East Coast. Later on today, we will have the first day of the WBC convention. Very excited to go. Man, it's going to be a big event. Anybody who may be there that's watching this, let them leave a comment down below. And how great is it? The WBC convention will be right here in my backyard in South Florida. Right here in Hollywood. You know, I live rather close to Hollywood, just a kid from Dania, as I always say. So, you know, it was a great fight. Great fights today. Hey, Alex.
Yeah.
Any final thoughts? Anything you want to tell the people out there? No? No thoughts from Alex? All right, so that's what it is, man. We had a lot of great fights today. A lot of things that are changing the landscape of boxing. And just a good way to close out the year. And hopefully next year, 2017, we get bigger fights, more fights happen. You know, we had a lot of guys pull out this year. We already have Joshua Klitschko official for the 29th of April. We got Garcia versus Thurman, Bellew versus Hay, DeGale, Jack, Granados, Broner. Romo Gonzalez will be fighting, you would suspect, in the first 5 months of the year. So 2017, everything's looking like they're on the up and up for boxing. Hopefully, Manny and Floyd. To be honest, I want Manny and Floyd to kind of retire so boxing can kind of move on if they're not going to fight any one of the top guys. But it's been a good year. I've had a lot of fun this year, just covering the sport and meeting so many great people along the way. A lot of just building this channel up. Trying to get my name out there in the boxing game and just be a light in the boxing game. You know, a lot of people out there are really agenda driven, and I'm just trying to be myself, man. Be myself and just be BT. So yeah,
I have a few questions.
What are the questions?
So since we're clearly at the end of the year, boxing, there's not like really more big fights left.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you look at as your fighter of the year this year?
The way I look at it is like, for fighter of the year, there's only maybe like a couple guys you could even debate. I would say like Carl Frampton, definitely.
Yeah.
Terence Crawford.
Right.
Roman Gonzalez. Lomachenko. I mean, even though I disagree with the decision, if people want to get political, Andre Ward. But then if you think Andre Ward, if you think Kovalev won, then you can say Kovalev as well, because Kovalev did beat Chilemba. Kovalev, in my eyes, beat Ward. So. A lot of good names for sure, but to be honest, man, and I know a lot of people, if they're watching this, they're gonna say, well, BT's biased. He just loves Roman Gonzalez. Look, it's not even me being biased. Name me another fighter in boxing who's moving up to another weight class to take on the number one guy with no tune-ups, and he beats them. Name me one. So because of that, because of what Roman's done this year, beating McWilliams Arroyo, who a lot of you guys don't even know anything about because you don't follow the small weight classes. Arroyo, Levy pedigree, uncrowned champion. Roman beat him pretty decisively. He just didn't do it in knockout fashion. So people who are used to seeing him stop all of his opponents want to try to discredit him. But personally, I got Roman Gonzalez as my fighter of the year. I think he's earned it. He's given boxing very exciting fight. Quadras did something that very few fighters can do in the sport these days and are willing to do. You know, go up another weight class, fight the bigger, younger man, number one in the division with no tune-ups. Who's doing it like that?
And the Quadras fight is the fight of the year for you?
No. Fight of the year for me is and I still have to watch what's his name? Ledbetter versus Gessie. I've heard everybody think a lot of people think that's fight of the year. But my personal fight of the year, I liked the what's it called? The Vargas Salido fight. I think that was the fight of the year. Vargas
Thurman Porter.
Thurman Porter, no.
No,
it's a good fight, but it's not fight of the year. Francis, it's in the running. Like fights of the year candidates are like Francis Santa Cruz. I would even say like, regardless of how short it was, the Williams Charlo I thought was a really good fight. I think that could even be in the discussion. You know, a lot of good fights here this year, man. It was kind of a slow year for boxing. We had a lot of BS happen in the sport, but
you know, what do you look at as upset of the year?
Upset of the year. Well, you got to go with Joe Smith versus Fonfara.
And there was also Jezreel Corrales versus Kachi.
Yep. And they got to fight on New Year's Day or no, New Year's Eve.
The rematch. So that's
gonna be a good fight. Corrales versus
and Sosa versus what's his name?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, bro, a lot of people probably don't even like this fight, but I thought it was exciting, and I don't know what you think. I know you probably think it's exciting too, but like Golovkin versus Brook to me, even though Brook got stopped and it was looked at as a mismatch, and people didn't want to give Golovkin his credit, and they said Brook was beating him, or Golovkin still broke his eye socket. Like, to me, that was still an interesting fight because, like, you look at boxing these days, because everybody makes such a big deal about a welterweight moving up to 160. But back in the day when there was no 154-pound division, if you wanted to move up as a welterweight, you had to move to 160. And I think Kell Brook, to me, regardless of how you feel about it, was just kind of making like a kind of a throwback fighter type of move. He was trying to really challenge himself to be great. So there was that. Next year, man, I just want to see a lot of these guys get more active. I want to see like Amir Khan in the ring a lot more. It sucks that we don't get to see Amir Khan once this year. I want to see big fights, unification fights, title fights. I want to see guys not be such divas. I like to see the level of divas in boxing kind of decrease. So Errol Spence, I don't know where you stand on the whole going to the UK to fight Kell Brook, but you do have to go to the UK to fight Kell Brook because he's a champion. He came to America. He took the title from Sean Porter. All right. So
and one last question. Like, what do you look at as like knockout of the year?
Knockout of the year.
Yeah.
Canelo Khan, man.
Canelo
almost killed that man.
Yeah.
That's gotta be like, obviously it's a massive mismatch, but we're talking about like the level of like how vicious it was. Canelo Khan, that's gotta be a knockout of the year. Maybe Golovkin, Brook.
And what's his name? Nicholas Givham versus Ivan Berichite.
Oh yeah, on Showbox, we watched that one. Yeah. That one. Mason Menard has a couple good knockouts that you could probably. The one that he had, I think it was on the. I can't remember which Showbox. He had one knock on the undercard that was really, really like vicious.
And Deontay Wilder versus Artur Spoka.
That was last year.
No, that was January this year.
Was it? No, it was December.
It was January.
You sure? You sure it wasn't December 5th?
It was January.
I'm pretty sure. Nah, bro. Spoka Wilder had to have been in December of last year. There's no way.
It was January. Remember Charles Martin was also on the undercard?
Yeah, that was like
January.
You sure it was January?
Yeah.
I gotta check this. This looks like it was December. I feel like it was December. Maybe I'm wrong though, but I felt like that was December. Maybe you're right. If you're right, you're right. Let's see. Oh, you're right. It was 16. You're right. You're 100% right. Yeah. Okay, yeah, you're right. I thought it was December. So who fought on December 5th last year? Somebody fought December 5th last year. I can't remember.
Oh, it was Peter Quillen.
Peter Quillen and Jacobs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's why I get confused with it. But yeah, man. Roman Gonzalez definitely for me fighter of the year, and best fighter in boxing, period.
Yeah.
For him though, I just would like to see like Roman, just at some point. Not at some point, but I want to see him just make the big fights happen, get his payday, and I would like to see Roman probably with the next 2 years retire from boxing, because flyweight division is like when you're in the smaller weight classes, there's a lot more punches being thrown, and it's not like it's not like the heavyweight division where you get hit one time and you're out. Like it's like a slow, methodical beating taking the division. So like 30 years old at flyweight is very old, and with mentally we don't know where Roman's at with this trainer lost. So we'll see what happens, man. I'm just excited for next year. I'm excited for my second full year covering boxing. I know I'm gonna go really far. I had a lot of doubters this year. I was able to do really well, so I'm excited about it. Yeah. I'm excited about it. Oh, I'm also really excited about the rise of Jarrell Miller. I know you're excited about Jarrell Miller.
Yeah.
Hard work and dedication to cheeseburgers. We want to see Jarrell Miller do big things. Obviously with U.S. heavyweights we have Wilder, but me and you don't like Wilder. A lot of people don't like Wilder. And I think Jarrell Miller could be like the bigger star. To me, like when I look at Jarrell Miller, he has a lot of those qualities that I feel would draw people who don't normally watch boxing to boxing, which overall is good for the sport. So I'm rooting for Jarrell Miller to do well next year. But anything else you want to ask?
I guess prospect of the year.
Prospect of the year. I'm trying to think. What's his name? I can't remember right now. I don't know, man. I'm tired.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm tired. Speaking of prospects, I want to see Verdejo get back on track. Man, Verdejo should have been prospect of the year. A lot of people were pegging him to be like the prospect of the year. And
he got in that motorcycle accident.
Not even just that, like his fights weren't like
he
weren't like statement performances that we're used to seeing. So it is what it is, man. We got the WBC convention tomorrow. Very excited. We're gonna see you, Suleiman, and all you media members out there. Hopefully we get some good stuff tomorrow and in the coming days. But gonna close it out here. A lot of great fights today. They're showing the Joshua Molina replay on Showtime. If you guys are interested, go to Showtime right now. But yeah, man, for Brennan Taylor, Alex, the big payback, Fitzmortis, my man D-Flow over there. You know that's how the saying goes. Leave your comments down below. Take the time to subscribe, and you can love me or you can hate me. But I'm just a kid from
Dania.
Dania. So until next time, take care, guys.